Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Wattpad Book Club. I'm your host, Phoenix, and today I got my lady friend over here, Joline.
Hello.
Hi, Pookie. I missed you.
Hi, Pookie. Missed you too, Pookie.
Yeah.
Work got me dead.
Yeah, I always miss you.
Oh, I always miss you too.
Yeah, I'm like that one SpongeBob.
After you had that job.
I'm sorry.
You
saw me when I was over at my parents' house for like 3 days.
That was like 10 years ago.
No, it wasn't. Whatever.
That's like 10,000 years ago.
That was last week.
No, it wasn't.
2 weeks ago.
That's like caveman era.
Oh, fuck.
That was the Stone Age.
That's when they invented the wheel. We never hang out anymore.
Exactly.
Well, fucking, what I was gonna say was like, I'm like that one SpongeBob clip where he goes to leave. He's like, he asks Patrick, I don't know, what do you normally do when I'm gone? And he's like, wait for you to come back. That's us.
Oh,
we didn't really want to read the Frobin one right now. We wanted to divulge ourselves, so we spun the wheel again, and we landed on a suggestion that someone put in my little suggestion box called, I think it was Always Dance With You? It's a Jinx X Ekko.
wait, have you seen Arcane?
No.
Still no?
Still no, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go in here blind, but I love it already. Hey.
If I had a nickel for every Arcane fic we read, where you went in blind, we'd have 2 fics.
I really hope that this fanfiction doesn't, like, turn out like the last one we were reading, of, like...
Oh yeah, we can't say those words.
Yeah, literally,
I
lost
love
footage.
That though. I love that fic.
Yeah. Literally, like, I would record, like, 10 minutes of it, and then we got to a point where, like, we can't read this.
Yeah.
Oops.
But that's okay. The fic was great, though.
Yeah, lost episode.
Oh my god, lost me. Crazy.
Yeah. I lost media. Alright, yeah, let me pull up the fanfiction again. It's called Always a Dance With You, Jinx X Ekko. No idea who the fuck these people are, but they're lesbians. It's actually Lesbian Visibility Week right now, right? Or was that last week?
They're not lesbians. This is a straight couple.
Wait, that's a man?
Yeah, this is a man.
No, you're lying to me. That's... What?
Wait. Let me see what you're seeing right now. Are you looking at the title?
Yeah, I'm looking at the cover of the book. It looks like 2 lesbians. It's like the girl with the blue hair, and I thought that the other one was like a girl with the white hair. I'm just...
No, that is Ekko.
And
He's
that's a man?
Yeah, a
Damn.
man. He's cool. Cool.
So someone make this book, except just make Ekko like femme. Gender swap. Oh fuck! Wait, what a good start. You can already tell I do not watch Arcane. I should tell Cameron that, because I think he watched it. I'm gonna be like, hey, you know this kid, like this guy Ekko, thought he was a lesbian.
Honestly, that's so funny.
Don't worry.
You should.
He's a male lesbian, it's fine. Alright, Always a Dance With You, Jinx X Ekko, and it reads, and I quote, Jinx is alive, thank God. Burying her past, she escapes to a new life, but years later, fate brings her home to Ekko. While on a new mission, reunited, scars from her past resurface, raising the nagging question, is Powder still alive within her? Within the character's perspective, a combination of Arcane 2 season series and adventure romance story.
There's 42 parts, by the way.
What? Oh god!
Oopsie!
Oh my god, this is gonna be our One Piece.
No, the Boweeji ones are One Piece.
Yeah. No,
that one's got 53 chapters.
Dude, we're gonna finish the Boweeji one before the Jinx X Ekko.
Do you really think we will?
Probably. Well, we have a 11-part head start on Boweeji. We just started this one.
True. That's true.
All right, let me press it.
That's still like 30 chapters to go, but
Yeah. Oops.
And hey,
It's
this one's
still
complete, but Luigi's still going.
You're right. I can't wait to see which one has more parts. Which one is faster? Alright.
Oh, but Luigi has more parts.
Let's go. And it's still updating.
I'm so ready.
Are you gonna read it after we get done with this? You're like, alright, gotta go read my Waluigi fanfiction. I gotta see you later.
I might, I might.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you're caught up while I'm just like in the dark. I'm still over there with the broken shell and Luigi sad.
I want to talk to you about it, but it's like,
one of us has to be surprised about the book we're both reading, right?
That's true.
Alright, 1, Jinx. Is this... Let me look at the titles again. Okay, so
it's just like the point of view.
Perfect.
I think, maybe.
Do you want to be heads or tails to read first?
I will be heads.
Alright, I'm manifesting heads for you. I'm manifesting it.
Oh god, I'm scared.
Shifting. I'm shifting.
You're shifting for me to have heads?
Fuck, it's tails!
Oh my gosh.
I put the coin on my head too. I was like rubbing it. I'm like, manifest it.
Maybe you unmanifested it.
Oh, you're so right. I'm so dumb.
Wait, what side was up on the coin?
Oh, I don't know. That was forever ago. Alright, Jinx. There I was, hanging between the two people I loved most of my stupid life. I've seen V like this before, exhausted, hurt, yet way too devastated to acknowledge it. Her glass eyes wide open, staring at mine, anticipating the next move for whoever would think of one first. I saw her for the first time, really saw her. She's always been strong enough to conquer the biggest fighters with her bare fist, but in this moment, she was just a big sister, using all of the very little strength she had remaining to save me from myself. I had to stop this. She deserved to be free from my burdens. I'd always been too foolish to listen to her. Yet, even after all my fuck-ups, she's still here, saving me again and again. Maybe if I did as advised those many years ago, we would not be here right now. I knew what I had to do. Always with you, sis, I force out. Her eyes fill with terror as she breathed heavier. Pure fear was written all over her face. This would be the last time I'd cause her pain. That felt freeing. I took a deep breath, tensing my abdomens, and with a forceful hit...
Abdominal.
Oh, fuck. What did I say? Abdomen?
Yeah.
Abdominal. And with a forceful hit, knocked the gemstone off of her gauntlet. Suddenly, gravity disappeared and her expression grew smaller as our distance grew larger. I closed my eyes to mute the sound of her awful cry, the echo of her voice bouncing off the walls of the tower. I'm so sorry, I thought. I'll see you in another world. Wait, did she kill herself? Is it...
No.
Good. Okay. I didn't know what was going on. The way it was written, I thought it was getting there.
Like, you gotta watch it.
I know. Watch this be like the first episode thing, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this is.
I can't remember. It's second season though.
Yeah. I mean, and the book did say season 2 of Arcane was gonna be in this book, so I'm getting spoiled left and right for something I'll never watch.
Oh. No.
Sorry. As I was free falling, like that one song, I turned to the beast, whose claws were still holding me tightly by my waist. I saw Vander past his monstrous figure, my beloved father, who I could no longer save. No one could. What have they done to you? I cupped the hooves, the hollows of his rough face, which emphasized his bruteness, but his eyes spoke about his soul right through me, the agony you have endured. I felt his great hands move my short hair out of my face, just as I was about to drift into a deep, youthful sleep. I heard the splashes of juice he poured to me, with a final click of a straw hitting the liquid. I listened to his deep bass laugh that never failed to... What?
Bass.
Fuck. A bass? Bass.
You got a fish laugh.
Sorry, I just ate salmon. That never failed to elate my sensitive nerves. I will never relive those delicate moments with him again. It was time to let go. I shifted my gaze to my waist as I pull a ring from my back along with a monkey grenade. Only a few seconds and it would be over, and then I noticed a gate behind him. A few floors down, I noticed another, and another. Giving my monkey one last glance as I contemplated my next move, the plan was made, but I had to act quick. 3, 2, 1. I let go of the grenade, pulling myself off of Vander's grip as hard as I could to push his claws away. Momentarily, I climbed over his back, pressing my feet against his build, reaching for the closest gate and boom! I flew through the air as I pushed myself away, grabbing onto the railing in front of me. A loud, agonizing roar filled the space as I caught my breath, barely hanging on. I finally attempted to push myself up. No luck. My physique was too fatigued to go any further. I screamed in pain. V flashed into my vision, reminding me of the incredible strength that runs in our blood, and so I tried again. I might have pulled a muscle or two that day, but eventually made it up on my feet. The gate in front of me was a one-way ticket to leave this pathetic life behind. I ran through the door without a second thought. As I left the tower, I observed the state of the city. Wrecked would be an understatement. There was nothing left of Piltover. Try hosting Progress Day now. What's Progress Day?
It's like, it's a day dedicated to technological innovation.
Shit, alright.
You know, the progress.
Yeah. I was imagining, like, you were gonna explain it to me, and you're like, yeah, you would know that if you watched Arcane. Pussy.
I'll think about it next time.
Thick dust covered the bloody streets. Many coughs echoed. People were dragging the injured and the weak. It was a sight I was used to. You see this frequently in the Undercity. Kind of satisfying that the spoiled rich brats know what it felt like to be us for now. I got quite distracted by the sights, but finally realized I had to move before anyone saw me. Before saving my life would become pointless. I ran to the closest airship and was about to take off, and something was missing. I searched my belt and found a crayon and a spray paint bottle. Not my preferred variety of options, but it'll do. Popping off the cap of the bottle, I sprayed some X's and faces, just enough to feel satisfied. I can take care of the rest on my own, I thought. The mechanism of the ship was pretty simple. It didn't take me long to figure out how to fly the thing. I looked back one last time, reminding myself that there was no going back. Nope, I still don't give a slight fuck about this place. And now, here I am, finally free to start fresh. The only reminder left with me was a round, bright blue gem sitting comfortably in my pocket. Oh my god, wait, is that the gem that she knocked off of, V?
Yeah, she knocked the gem off Vi's gauntlet. I don't know if you remember Vi, but you know, her.
Yeah, the pink hair, right?
Yeah.
Let's go! I have memories!
I'm sorry, you have memories. Got
memories.
me. Okay.
This is a violent chapter.
Ooh. Hey Jay, I heard a delightful voice from behind as I was working on new chompers. The extent of my boredom forced me to make my old bomb toys. Sarah finally returned. That girl took her damn time. You took long enough. Thought I'd die of boredom, crippled and all. Can I say that? Hold on.
What? Wait. I mean, she did almost get blown up.
You know what? Hope for the best.
Yeah.
I said, not bothering to turn away from my work. Don't be ridiculous. Just a few days. That's all it was. I noticed a faint fatigue in her voice. Didn't think more of it. We all get tired after a heist, whatever. 2 damn days to rob a ship is... My mouth had gone dry when I turned to face her. My sincere shock. She looked awful. Her hair was wet, stripped of its luscious shine. Pants ripped. Tricone gone, along with her guns. She couldn't stand up straight. She could barely stand if we're real here. And she was hovering As she was hovering over the left side of her ribcage, blood trickling from the cracks between her fingers, her breath was heavy and stuttered. Out of all the years I spent living out here with her, I never thought that scummy, short-sighted criminals of Bilgewater were this strong. I mean, no one could even cause a scratch on her skin, let alone wound her. She was the top criminal in the city, unstoppable, untouchable. I've lived numerous odd days in my life, and this was definitely making it on that list. I stared at her, top to bottom, bottom to top. My eyes couldn't believe what was in front of me. I turned my attention to her expression as I watched in horror. She gave me an apologetic look, but that blew over my head. Not the time for that, sis. Suddenly, she screamed in pain, collapsing naturally. I ran to hold her and led her to her bed, dragging her across the hardwood floor. She plummeted onto the mattress, which squeaked in return. Wincing, she propped herself up, as if getting ready to speak, but no words came out of her mouth. So you're gonna tell me what the hell happened, or am I just supposed to stand here doing nothing? I exclaimed in desperation. She let a sigh and looked up at the ceiling as if saying, "Give me a break." Listen, Jay, we don't have much time. I shook my head. What are you babbling about? Just tell me who did this, I demanded, frustrated. Who did this to you? like those type of things.
Yeah.
Who hurt I was you? Like, oh god, the call dropped again.
No, it's all good. My laugh was not picking up.
Oh god.
Who did this to you? The villain when he sees the hero beat up. Who did this to you?
She gave me a stern look and went on, completely ignoring my ask. I've been followed. I managed to slip away, but it won't be long till they find us here. She gasped from pain, then took a breath, preparing herself to say the following words. They have hex tech. My eyes widened. I tried to speak, but I was mute. I made sure that the ship had no trace of weapons of such power. I made sure that previous and current owners were involved with it. How could this happen? Only the richest guys around here had hex tech, and I knew them all. How did I miss this one? Instinctively, my hand shot to my neck as I felt a blue gemstone hanging on my necklace. Still there. Relief ran through my veins. But their technology was different. It was more powerful? I thought nothing was more powerful than hex tech. It doesn't make sense to me. Sarah went on, seemed like she was gradually regaining her strength, while trying to process the situation. Uninvited memories flashed. All I could smell was the dust. All I heard were the screams and grunts as people fought for their lives. As I picked myself up, I felt a slight breeze pass through me. Isha? Why was she running? To where? I watched her jump and stumbled as she picked up my gun in the distance. That alarmed me greatly. I could no longer feel the pain of the blow I just took. Isha took the gun and shoved a gemstone into it, next to the one that was already in there. The stone sparked, telling me of the immense energy they could release. It was better not to play with the powers of such magnitude. Horrified, I jumped up and sprinted in her direction. Vander let out the loudest roar as little Isha charged her gun right below him. The sight was petrifying. This couldn't be happening. I screamed, running rapidly. She shaped her hand into a gun and pointed her little fingers at me. Poof, she mouthed. No, no, no. Someone jumped at me from behind, slowing me down. No, I screamed. Isha. She pointed the gun at the beast, then closed her eyes and... I can tell you for certain that we can't fight them with our weapons. We need to think of something else. Sarah's sharp voice cut through my eardrums, as if the edge of a blade ran through a paint canvas. I froze at the relived moment, trying to bring myself back to reality. Hey, Sarah started. Doing it the gym? No! Do whatever else, but we're not using it. Ever. But Jay, we have no chance of fighting those guys. No, you don't understand. You should have seen... No, Sarah. I do understand. You're the one who doesn't. I know exactly what this little ball is capable of. We won't use it and that's it. Pause. Sarah just looked at me. tried to read her expression, but she almost looked desensitized. My feelings grew larger than my own being, so I went on. I lose everyone because of this shit, I screamed, slamming the chair next to me to the other end of the room. I came here to start fresh. I don't want anything to do with the crystals anymore. Sarah scoffed. Yeah? Is that why you carry it around everywhere you go? My eyebrows furrowed. Heat burst into my cheeks as I filled with rage. If someone makes explosives with this thing, it'll be the end of Bilgewater. You get that? It's safer when it's on me, camouflaged as a necklace. If I just leave it somewhere, there's a risk of... Okay, fine. Sarah interrupted in unhappy acceptance. She sat up. What do you suggest we do then? I gave it a short thought, hating myself for what I was about to say. Hide. She slapped her thighs in disappointment. Jinx, you want to hide? You can't be serious. Something caught my attention. You hear that? I asked quietly. Sarah listened with heightened senses. Recognizing footsteps, her gaze lowered. I looked relaxed. I was panicked. She wasn't. They found us. My heart jumped a beat. The door shattered open. Behind it stood a tall, bearded man. I couldn't help... Sorry, I was like, tall, bearded man? Isn't... And then it elaborated. I couldn't help but notice his muscular stance. Tattoos all over his big arms. I knew instantly that he wasn't from around here, and that fact alone did not sound so good for us. After noticing Sarah, he walked slowly towards her. His steps thudded as he sauntered across the room. Reaching Sarah, he leaned to her ear and whispered, letting out a sinister chuckle. Misfortune trapped in her own home. Involuntarily, I grabbed a pistol nearest to me and pointed at his head and pulled the trigger. What happened next was astonishing. A blue film formed around the man as concentrated waves passed across the surface. The hex and shield? The man turned to me, unimpressed, and I finally noticed his shotgun, which appeared small compared to his enormous figure. It shined of blue, too. He slowly approached me, and I was starting to think this guy's genetics resembled that of a sloth. Could he walk any faster? And who are you? He challenged me. Ha, funny question, pony boy. I looked at him through my lashes. I'm Jinx. Without wasting time, I jumped onto my working desk, grabbing a bomb on the way, and as if climbing up the wall, and I pushed against it. It aimed at his neck with my feet. The force of the hit stumbled him, but he didn't fall. Sarah jumped him from behind, blindfolding him with a bandana, and I threw a bomb for her to catch. She pulled the ring with her teeth and placed the explosive in his belt. Jumped away from him, punching his head as she did. We covered our heads as it exploded, but the blue film surrounded him again. Dang it. As he fought to find his balance, I picked up a chain and smacked it against his wrist. He dropped his shotgun. I immediately picked it up and stuck it between his legs with the dull end. He dropped down and I pointed a gun at him. A big guy defeated by two ladies. How embarrassing, I snickered. He picked his blindfold off. You don't know what you're dealing with, you little shit, he said. He pushed me away as I slammed into the wall. Taking back the shotgun, I fell back. Momentarily, he took out a gemstone from his chest armor and pushed it into the small cavity of the shotgun. It shined of an even brighter blue. There's another gemstone? I couldn't believe my eyes. It was known that all gemstones were destroyed in the battles between Piltover and Zaun years ago. I had the last one. Apparently, that was no longer the case. Feeling slightly lightheaded, I shook my head, recovering from the blow. Looking around, I saw him up on his feet, looking down at Sarah. She was collapsed on the floor. I cursed under my breath, realizing I'd missed her downfall. I got up to fight the big dude again, only this time he had charged the shotgun, pointing at her. As if I caught an instant fever, chills ran through me. Jumping and punching his rock-like physique with my little fist would not put him down. Weapons were useless against his shielding powers, and I could not let him stoop. The only hope I had to destroy his Hextech safeguard was with Hextech itself. My chest ached at the thought, but Sarah was right. We had no other chance. I lunged for a pistol and tore off my necklace and shoved it in the pistol. The man seemed to notice my quick movement. His eyes sparkled with surprise and recognition of the stone. Acting on adrenaline, he clenched his fingers together, pulling the trigger further down towards him. I started to pull mine, and in a matter of milliseconds, the world went quiet.
Wait, I'm kind of invested in this.
Yeah, I'm just like, what's going on? Who is this? What are we doing?
Wait, you don't know who this guy is?
I don't think. The only person, I have like one thought, but it's like, nah, you know?
Yeah. It can't
like,
be.
Nah, it can't be.
Me, when I was watching the new SNG4 movie and Mr. Puzzle just showed out, no, it can't be, but it is. Alright, more Jinx lore. There was only the sound of settling dust. No voices, no screams, no grunts. Nothing humane. My breathing stood out in the silence. Inhale, exhale. On my next exhale, sharp pain passed across my spine. My back was aching miserably as it was pressing on the wood behind me. I groaned and sighed as I pulled away. Eyelids laid heavily on my pupils. There was a thin layer of moisture in my waterline, and it was noticeably uncomfortable as it was absorbed with dust particles. Gradually, I lifted my eyelids, seeing a blurry image of a man laying unconscious in front of me. That was a relief. But Sarah? Where was Sarah? Where's Sarah Lee?
Oh my god, she's fucking dead.
Oh. Did I say the slurry?
Blurry?
Oh,
wait,
okay.
hold on. Yeah. Hold on.
This is the slurry in my eyes.
Yeah.
I never seen the word slurry before. I was like, I didn't know what that was. The slurry in my eyes abruptly ceased to bother me as my eyelids shot up. Glancing left to right, I found Sarah lying on her side in the other end of the room. Without thinking, I darted in her direction, ignoring the agonizing pain in my back. Sarah? I pulled on her shoulder, laying her on her back. I pictured the left side of her face slit across the coarse hardwood as I examined the bloodstained scratch across her face. Blood had spread across her entire middle from the previous wound. Sarah! I called out again, louder, as I grabbed the bandana lying by the man and wrapped it tightly across her middle in hopes it would stop the bleeding. There was no answer. I hovered my ear over her chest and gratefully heard a slow but steady beat. Alive. I shook her to wake her up.
Ooh, she's not dead!
Yeah, we slap her across the face like, lock in! Come on! Can't die on me! I exhale in relief as she opened her eyes. Just enough to see me. She coughed, winced in pain. I reached my hands for her, cupping her cheeks. I felt large tears racing down my face. She coughed again, but instead of air came out blood. I stared in horror and confusion. She started to reach for her chest, but I acted quicker than her. Zipping open her jacket, I saw a massive sore right below her heart, gushing of blood. That's why there's so much blood. I immediately zipped up her jacket and pressed firmly against the wound. No, this can't be. You're gonna be fine, Sarah. Breathe and I'll get help. And I rambled, panicked, looking around the room, searching for anything that could come in handy. Jinx, she finally said. My insides twisted as I heard her voice. It was between a squeal and a whisper. I leaned in closer to hear her better. Don't do anything, just... I listened carefully. She struggled to speak. The pain in my chest grew heavier and heavier with every word her mouth released. She coughed slowly, a little longer, and she would suffocate on her own blood. Put her on her side! Not now, not today, please! I love you. Then fucking dies.
Oh my god!
Wait.
Like she hasn't suffered enough.
Oh my god, yeah, let me tell this bitch I love her before I fucking...
I mean, better that than, you know,
Never.
I hate you.
Yeah. You were the worst thing that ever happened to me.
Oh god, could you imagine? Like...
Can you imagine doing... I'm gonna do that on my deathbed. Like, my sister comes up and I'm like, London, I need to tell you a secret. I always fucking hated you.
Oh my god! That's awful.
Oopsies. Her words embraced me, surrounding every cell in my body with a warmth that, if visible, would look like a godly golden glow. Oh, light. Fuck.
No, yours was better.
Yeah.
I like the glow.
Fuck yeah. I did better at one thing. I could only dream of hearing these words, and they were finally here for me to hold, caress, and internally keepsake. Every wave and vibration of her voice was engraved into the deepest crevices of my brain. I could almost feel the neurons coming together in excess to protect this memory. There was one who loved Jinx, who loved me for me, and she was now dying. But can you promise me one thing? She closed her eyes and then forced them open. Live your life and not your pain, sis, will you? Last breath. She was gone. My family disappeared once again. I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
That's so fucked. The comments are so real. Stab me in the heart and twist it, why don't you?
Yeah.
Can Jinx be happy for more than 10 seconds, please?
Yeah, impossible challenge.
Oh, no.
Hey, I'm so sorry to hear about your friend that passed away. They get 5 big booms. Boom!
No!
But I only got 2 out!
Okay, boom.
Boom, boom, boom! Good enough. I was holding onto the steering wheel the best I possibly could, but the wind was too strong. The fog was always bitching me around. I couldn't see past 10 feet, and the airship was playing with my nerves. I kept flying up and down, left and right. Won't fly where you want me to. I rolled my eyes in annoyance. The airship was nearing a mountain. What a lovely surprise. I pulled the wheel to fly higher, and obviously didn't budge. I didn't even know why I tried. As I got closer and the fog faded, I realized it wasn't a mountain. It was another ship. A water ship. What business did a water ship have not in water? Now, being tremendously close to a crash, I coiled my arms around my head for protection and waited for the fun little earthquake, which came soon after. After the ship crashed and steadied, I heightened my senses to observe the environment. No one was around, I could care less. People suck anyway.
Real.
Upset at this fumbling in my plans, I ragefully screamed and kicked and groaned at the outcome, as I usually do with any disliked outcome. And guess what? You'll never guess. It started to fucking rain. Woohoo! The gods sure do love me. Yeah, your best friend just died in front of you. They sure fucking hate you. I was tired, annoyed, careless, and I just sat down, soaked there in the rain. Well, don't sit there, you're gonna catch a cold.
Aww.
I sat there for a while, unbothered, until a shadow ran across the fog. It woke me up from my sappy moment. Taking out my pistol, I took the gemstone out to charge the gun. Didn't think I would hesitate. I loved that bright crystal, but something about it looked uncanny this time. This thing turned pilt over, upside down, killed people, drove enforcers nuts. Yeah, I guess it was fun to play with it here, but I was here now. Oh, there, but I'm here now. Wherever here was. If this thing was what ruined my life, maybe it's best I don't touch it again. So I put it away, looked at my pistol, I sighed. What am I doing? Trying to make a new name for myself when looking at a pistol that didn't shine a blue bored me to death? Ugh. The shadow came closer. I didn't care. It started to resemble a woman. Didn't care. A pop of color came up. Redhead. Maybe I cared a little. Just a little bit. But it made me mad. I ran away from the redhead and made another. Haha, funny. Deranged. I stood up and saw the woman better. A pirate, maybe? I noticed her pistols. They kind of looked like mine. Interesting. Hey you! I yelled. You know what they say about redheads? Pretty, clever, smart, and demure, fuck. Demure. You know what they say about blue hair? Nothing. They don't matter. They don't exist. They're
blue-haired liberal.
What?
Blue-haired woke liberal. That's what they say.
He has pronouns. Now put the two together and make them sisters. Just imagine, your clever ass can do that, right? The woman pirate shifted her stance to a relaxed one. What was so calming about what I just said? Then kill off their parents and their second father. Then revive him and, as if that wasn't enough, force them to kill him again. I could not believe that this was my life, that gods really, really loved me. I just kept going. I couldn't stop. The woman just stood there and listened to my fuck up of a story as if she had nothing better to do. If I were her, I'd probably shoot me by now. Every event I recited was a bullet after bullet after bullet. Such strong sorrow rushed over me as I collapsed, releasing deep and heavy cries. The woman came up really close and my instincts took over. I pointed my pistol straight at her. Don't you dare touch me, I cried in despair. She paused, crouched, and put down both of her guns and pressed her hands to mine, proving they're clear. Suddenly, she kneeled down in front of me, stared into my eyes, and embraced me. I let her. Tears gushed out of my eyes. You'll be okay, she reassured. And that woman was dead. My true big sister.
No, Sarah!
Oh, fuck! I've been through this before, not once, but this rage was just as strong as those other times. While staring at the man responsible, I carved the gemstone out of my pistol and replaced it with bullets, shooting every single one at him. Didn't even leave one behind. I suddenly felt my eyes burning. Unbearably, I rubbed them and blinked and then rubbed again. No change. Running into the sink, I splashed some water on my face and looked in the mirror. It's been years since I've seen this face, but recognized it nonetheless. The only difference was that my eyes were electric pink. Feels nice to be back, huh, old friends? Distant footsteps took me out of my self-centered mirror talk. I pretty much strained my eyes, rolling them. I wasn't in the mood to beat their asses, but I needed to be quick. As I was planning an escape route, my focus shifted to the gemstones. One was with me, but I had to find the other one. I searched around the room, behind and under wooden boards and furniture, and the big guy's armor. Footsteps were getting louder. Think. Stopping for a moment, I examined the room for Blue. I let my eyes drift to Sarah. I brought my hand to my chest to eat. Oh no, it's in her fucking wound, isn't it? No! Is she gonna have to dig out this gemstone out of her, like...
Huh.
No!
You know, let's hope for the best.
As soon as I was like, her eyes went to Sarah, and then she was searching for Blue. Alright. I brought my hand to my chest to ease the pain of her sight, but to my surprise... Fuck. There was a blue light shining through the cracks of her fist. Uncurling her fingers, the gemstone lay in her palm, as memorizing as always. A tear rolled down my cheek in recognition of her consideration and sacrifice. Oh, thank God! Thank God it wasn't, like, in her stomach, and the she had, like, fish it out. The footsteps were so close, I could now easily distinguish that they were more than two, maybe even more than 3 pairs of nasty feet out there. They stopped when they reached exceedingly close, probably noticing the shattered door, I thought. They whispered among themselves. Among themselves? Among us? Deciding what to do. These guys were sure slow as snails. By the time they finally entered, I was gone. They'd never find me now. In fact, Buildwater would never see my blue braids again. Wait, isn't this Ekko's chapter now?
Oh, is it? Is it?
Oh my God, it's Ekko! He's here! we get to meet the love interest!
Well, you get to meet the love interest. I'm quite familiar. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I have an ad.
Buy a car. Fruit toot toot.
I would like a car. Just to have, though. Just to look at.
Yeah, just look at the car and be like, yeah, I own that
just
shit.
just a little, like, the cars you get at the not the gas station, but the convenience store.
Yeah.
No, how they have the little, what are they called? Matchbox cars.
Oh yeah, you're right.
God. It was late. I was so tired. My eyes were so dry I could barely see, so I dropped my tools and leaned against my working desk. resting my heavy head onto my forearm. I didn't know what to do. I swore I tried everything. Any type of chem tech you could find down there. I used. No results. Not any trials. If only I had an arcane crystal or hex tech or anything that shined of blue. I'd finished this thing years ago. There was a time where I fell into a trap of desperation. Thought about traveling back in time and saving a crystal for myself before all of them were destroyed. So naturally, I worked on building a time machine for a few years, keeping it a secret the best I could, but it's hard to build a time machine without a crystal. Eventually, I got caught by Vi and she talked me out of it, telling me I was being selfish for risking so much. My own life, the lives of my friends, the future of Zaun and Piltover. She was right. I couldn't deny that. It took a bit of convincing and not so fun arguments, but after a while I stopped the project myself and moved on to another. I wish Heimerdinger were here. As I was reminiscing, footsteps approached. I recognized him instantly. Reaching for the door, I opened it for my guest before she got the chance to knock. "Geez, you look awful," she said. I rolled my eyes. "Good day to you too, Vi." Actually, more like good night. If you haven't noticed, the sky is pitch black. What the hell are you doing up so late? What the hell are you doing at my place so late? I left the door open for her and walked back to my desk. Staring at my notes and diagrams brought a wave of sadness over me. I hated feeling hopeless like this. Vi also joined my side, observing my desk. She sighed in understanding. "Hey bud, I know how badly you want this, but it's eating you away. Don't you think it's time?" I knew what she meant, but acted dumb from irritation. Time for what? You have to let her go. I did not like the sound of that at all. Even regretted that I asked her to clarify. I would argue with her, but I was so damn tired. "Just because you let her go doesn't mean I should," spoke softly. "You only loved the old her. I loved her always." So I took a step back. The words had hurt her. I knew that. But they were true. Even if she didn't think so, they were still true. I felt her breathe heavier. She was getting angry. "Ekko, she's dead. You can't bring her back. You're wasting your time." "I'm not bringing her back. I'm going to her," I yelled back. Vi seemed to cool herself off by pinching her nose bridge. "We always fight about this," she said in realization. "How has it been so long and we're still fighting about this?" She sighed. I stayed silent. I agreed with her, though. Ever since Jinx died, neither of us had been in our right mind. She convinced herself that she can live without her because, while I refused, knowing that there was a slight chance I could see her again. Our coping methods diverged, and because of these mechanisms were embedded so strongly into our belief system, we were constantly at odds. And the saddest part was that this cycle would never change, no matter how eagerly we try to fill the gap. It was a strange feeling, really. It was nice to know that someone else is mourning the same person, but with a love as fierce as mine. Knowing someone else was mourning the same person with a love as fierce as mine, but cuts even deeper seeing them process it in a different way. I feel isolated in my grief, even though I'm not truly alone. "Why'd you come here, anyway?" I asked, breaking the silence. She was about to spit an insult, but caught herself, realizing I was genuinely asking. "Oh, right, my gauntlet broke." She released it from her fist right on top of my work. I let out a quiet sigh, knowing I'll have to reorganize all the perfectly laid out blueprints later. "Can you get someone from the top side to fix your bitch mittens?" I asked, frustrated. "Firstly, it's Piltover," she corrected me. "Secondly, those guys know jack shit about these, let alone fix them. And thirdly, you got the nerve calling them that." I chuckled. "I thought you liked that name." "Yeah, but not hearing it from you." She nudged me playfully. "I'm gonna head out, and you better go to bed the moment I close the door." "Okay, Mom," I faked a childish voice. rolling my eyes shortly after. After she left, I started working on her gauntlet, completely ignoring her suggestion. Won't be able to sleep anyway. I figured I could use a break from my project, and the gauntlet was perfect for it. I tinkered for a little while, before sleep possessed me and I dozed off. The next morning, I found myself laying with my arm on my desk. It was completely numb, so I shook it violently to get the blood circulating. As I slowly came to my senses, the events from the last night started to come back. I still didn't know what to do. I surveyed my desk. Vi's gauntlet, a bottle of shimmer. Whoa, why has he got a bottle of shimmer?
Which shimmer?
Shimmer's like a drug. It does no good things.
It's like fentanyl?
Yeah, it's exactly like fentanyl.
Wait, really?
I feel like, you know what? I'm gonna say it is.
Okay. Watch it be like way worse. It's like that white powder
like
shit
heroin.
that's in the mail.
Anthrax!
Like anthrax!
Oh god.
I like how you knew exactly what I was
do you know
talking
about anthrax?
Well, I know if any kind of contact with it is like pretty much immediate, like you're gonna die. You got 30 minutes tops. Go.
30 minutes?
I don't know, like anthrax, like you're breathing in.
No,
like,
you know that meme where it's like 30 minutes. What's it?
What?
You have 30 minutes? It was something like that, you know?
You're gonna have to show me.
Oh god. I'll have to do it later. I almost closed the damn call. I do that every time.
You're like, I'm done. This bitch didn't know the 30-minute meme. Like...
Oh god. Okay, whew. A little safe place for a split second. Ah, sorry. I lost my place. I surveyed my desk. Vi's gauntlet, a bottle of shimmer, dirty pipettes, old blueprints, new blueprints, a pencil stuck in a sharpener, a glass of water that now had a mosquito in it. Wasn't there the previous night. Some screws, slabs of metal and glass. I've used the same materials for years. I needed something to change for the project to progress. If only I had the Arcane. Abandoning the thought, I placed a shimmer and other chemtech reagents. Reagents. I can't fucking read. God. Reagents in a drawer and locked it up. This stuff was hard to come by nowadays, especially shimmer. It's been claimed illegal and eliminated from Dawn by the addiction crisis. But some private labs still produce it. And surely they didn't sell it for cheap.
They're selling anthrax in bottles?
It's pink!
Yeah. Ooh, it's different.
Grabbing my hoverboard, I went out the door, needing to clear my hat. The best place for me to think was in the air. But the only thought that was spiraling was the thought of her. Not sure how I ended up at the last drop, but I landed there. The last drop is by the way, for lore purposes, the last drop is the bar that Jinx and Vi's like, not their actual dad, but like their surrogate father.
Oh,
kind of.
Yeah.
That's Xander.
That's the lore.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Jinx lost her dad like 3 times.
Jesus
4 times,
Christ.
actually. Like, it's rough. But I landed there. I didn't come here very often, but each time I did, it looked more and more idle. People even started bringing their broken furniture and devices here. A useless place for useless shit. That's what it became. I went up to the roof and sat on the edge, watching the sunrise. I looked to the left, reminiscing of that night with her. Sky blue eyes that were so easy to get lost in. Rigid bangs with purple highlights, ever so slight. I felt her gentle, tender touch, a memory so vivid that the outline of her fingers remained imprinted on my cheek. How I wish she were here. Eventually, I returned to the treehouse to take care of some things around the community. I went over to the core. We usually carried out meetings here, and I walked in. The first thing I saw was Scar's angry expression. Hey, what's up with you? I frowned at him in confusion. Where the hell were you? We thought something happened to you, man. I had something to take care of, I defended myself. Geez, relax. I leave this sanctuary for a few hours and you think I died? It's not that big of a deal. I slumped on the empty chair, brushing him off. Well, what do you expect me to think when some hoarder comes looking for you and you're nowhere to be found? I sent him an immediate stare. Foreigner? I repeated. They came for an urgent matter about some illegal technology. They refused to tell me anything more. Echo, are we in trouble? You have possession of any substances? Kimmer. Shit. Where are they now? I asked, ignoring Scar's question. I don't know. They left when... I need to go. I'll be right back, I interrupted, rushing out of the core. I practically sprinted to my apartment. My hand reached in my pocket for the key. I brought it up to the lock and... It was unlocked. I'm too late. I bit my tongue. This was really, really, really bad. People depend on me here. I'd give a lifelong sentence, and they'd have to deal without me. I'd have to stop my research and would never get a chance to see her. How will I take my arrest? I'm one of the last of her family. And Scar and his son Mika? Scar has a son?
I guess.
I didn't know that. This is new lore for me.
We're learning together.
Oh my god, crazy. I should have kept my shimmer in a safer place. My lab shouldn't even been at home. How could I be so careless? How did I even find my home? Did Scar tell them? Did he just betray me like that? Thoughts ran absolutely wild. My entire face depended on what I'd see behind this door, and I couldn't stand here forever, though. I had to face my mistakes and consequences eventually. Fearfully, I stepped aside, eyes closed. Here goes nothing. Silence was the first thing I noticed. Completely silent. Opened my eyes and gazed immediately flew toward the door. The lock was still on. What? The chair's back was facing me. I looked down, noticing boots. Familiar boots. Totally familiar boots. Who the hell is this? Finally you showed up. I flinched at the female voice. I tried to think of an explanation for this incident, but my mind was blank. The chair started to turn. A mix of anticipation and fear consumed me. The foreigner was masked, covering only the top half of her face. Silence was killing me. I suddenly noticed how dry my mouth was when I tried to speak. Hello? I stuttered. My right eye twitched when her hand reached for her mask. She gave me one of the last looks before removing it. I gasped. The key fell out of my hand. Jinx?
What a cliffhanger to leave off. Oh. Like, I love this. This is beautifully rewritten.
I'm excited to read more of it.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I want to see where they go with it, you know?
Me fucking
like,
too.
I have no clue. There is no, like, hints and pieces that I can sort of poke at. Like, I want to know.
Well, it's kind of following season 2, right?
Well, it's like when they say after season, they mean like after.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'm just like, I don't know nothing.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. we'll fix it in post.
Fix in post.
You know what we won't fix in post? Us spinning the wheel right now.
Oh god, let's hope not.
Yeah, there we go. You know what I find really funny? It's when you do the hyper ventilating breathing into the mic. Just you do it so well.
Thank you.
Yeah. Alright, hoping for the Jinx X Ekko or Sold to a Gang Leader. What are you hoping for?
Baouiji.
Alright.
Yeah. So why are you hoping for Soul to a Gang Leader?
Because it's funny.
Oh?
Oh! Oh, it's your choice.
Oh god, this is so hard. No, because there's also the Shanks X reader,
and there's
the
also
Bawiji,
this.
and there's all
Harry.
And
we could spin a wheel with those 3 options since you like all of them.
oh shit, that's true.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Extra wheel.
No, open a wheel, a new wheel. All right, so I'm just gonna call this one Arcane, Bawiji, and then you said Shanks.
Shanks.
Okay, that's it.
Should we also put sold to a gang leader or nah?
Do you want that as one of your choices?
Wait, what are other options? No, okay, wait, go back to our wheel.
Oh, what the? Oh, fuck.
We can't open our wheel in another tab?
What? Just give me a second. Everything's falling apart. Alright.
You just got rid of our old wheels.
There's Frobin. Told to a gang leader. Yeah, it's pretty much everything.
With those 3. Yeah, I'm cool with the Bawiji, Arcane, One Piece.
Alright. Okay, Arcane. Bawiji. Shanks.
I'm so scared. Ah!
All these options are great. It's okay, Bawiji.
It's fate. You know, me and Bawiji were like this. Imagine me crossed my fingers.
I saw it in my brain. I manifested it.
You manifested it?
Yeah.
Amazing.
I knew the future. I'm actually psychic.
Oh my god, crazy.
Yeah. Fly with my baby, yeah. I'm so excited to read more Bawiji because of what happened in the last chapters that we read.
Oh my god. Okay, let me check where we're at with Wattpad and Bawiji because wow.
I can already see, like, you had the Wattpad version of it for what you're reading with me, and then you have, like, the AO3 version of, like, your own time. Like, you read.
Yeah, you're so right.
Yeah, I fucking read you like a book, which is what we do on this channel.
Okay, wait.
What?
Wait. Okay, wait.
Should I be scared? Should I start pissing myself?
Should we be scared? Okay, wait. Okay.
No, we shouldn't, because he just got out of surgery, and then Luigi's gonna, like, comfort him, and then be all nice, and they're gonna fix up Kong Country, and then they're gonna be on their merry fucking way. Right?
You know, maybe. There's, like, one chapter I'm a little nervous for. No. Mostly because, like, it's... no, not because it's bad. It's just, like, emotionally, like...
Angst?
Oh, no.
Oh, please tell me it's not a miscommunication. I swear.
No.
I can't.
Bowser's got trauma. That's just it.
I can't wait to read Trauma. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh my god.
Trauma boy.
Whew.
My sweet baby boy.
Love it.
Joline, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a fun time. It's a fun time.
We basically yapped like 20 minutes before we started.
30 minutes.
Yeah. It'd be
I
like that.
cancel today because I'm just like, you know what? I'm so fucking tired, but I'm just like, I gotta try.
Yeah, when you texted me that, I'm like, shit, we ain't reading anything today, are we?
I was like, I'll try.
Yeah. If you canceled or anything like that, I would have just went in Minecraft and just started mining, just done mining. Manual label. You know, I was hoping you wouldn't pick up on that, but I'm so happy that you brought up my insecurity of talking, and that's really nice of you.
Wait, what?
Well, I meant to say labor. I said label, and I'm like, don't say it. Don't tell me I said it wrong. And you're like, label.
I think it's fun.
Yeah, I'm so silly and quirky.
It is so silly. My cookie's the silliest.
I'm so silly and quirky, as I can't say that without being put on a watch list. Alright. On screen is a playlist of all the other Wattpad book club readings I've done in the past, including with Joline, and there's other people on there, so go check them out. And then
Yeah,
I'll have to read the last
cool.
Wattpad book club reading that was uploaded, which is a Vox chapter, like, part 4, so check that out.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got Lego on board with the whole TV thing.
Is it one more Vox is like hella toxic?
No, I mean like a little bit. Like, when is he not being toxic? This one
I
is
feel like you told me there was one more who was like extra toxic.
not. Oh, that was like the Yandere one. He was hella toxic, but I loved it. But anyway, my name is Phoenix. That was Joline, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.